So normally you'll be tuning in to watch me do this. But today we're going to be doing something completely different. Let me tell you why. You see, the nice people at Audi were kind enough to send me this. Okay, so we're going to start off by the front. First of all, the wheels. So these aren't standard wheels, these are aftermarket wheels that come with the car. The car normally comes with 19-inch rims. These are 20-inch flag wheels fitted with some Continental Super Sports on there, and they actually give the car some real good stability in terms of the running. When you're driving the car, it feels really good. They are hard, slightly hard, but I like it like that. You may not, so if you don't, stick with the 19s, but if you do, the 20-inch gives you good control. Paintwork, Navarra blue, comes in a slight metallic tinge, and it actually looks quite nice on this car. And then of course we've got those slightly wider bulges. Now on this car, compared to the B8, which was really out in your face, this is quite understated. If you look at it from here, you can see, yes, there is definitely a bulge, but it's not in your face. And also I do like this little exit grille here that is fake, but nevertheless just adds to that bulge and that understated conventional look. And with a car like this, you don't want it to look hooligan-y, but you do want it to look slightly different to the base model, and I think Audi have achieved that. Now, of course, the legendary trademark of any RS4 or RS model are those legendary pipes, that big pipe. Now, these pipes are genuine, so they're not fake pipes like you get in a lot of manufacturers. They are genuine. You can just see the valve open up in the back there. Can you see it just there? The valves open in this, and they do sound great. Okay, taking a look inside the car now. So inside we've got these lovely RS seats. Now these are Napa leather diamond stitch seats that you get as standard. These ones are electric, so they are back and forth, etc, etc. Memory seats, which is great. And then we have our dashboard. So the main difference with this and the preface B9 is that you don't have that dial anymore. So you used to have the old MMI dial in the previous version of the MMI. That's now been replaced and removed. So here you've got now a little key pouch holder for your key, as this car's keyless entry. And then on this tray here, which is an RS feature, you've got the piano backlight, and that theme continues around the trim round here and also on the trim here. Now the MMI screen, some people like this, some people don't. I'm a fan of this. It is touchscreen, so it's a much bigger screen, and it's actually touchscreen, which is great. We'll just turn the car on now, and of course you've got the virtual dashboard as well. Now on this car, the virtual dashboard is very good. It's very clear. It's almost like HD. Here you can see we've got a map view, which is good, that we can zoom in and zoom out of as well, which is excellent. And of course we can change the size of the dials as well, and then just select different information as and when we need it, and that works well with the center screen. Now I wasn't quite a fan of this version of the MMI, but it is quite intuitive and it works pretty well, and I like this better than what you got in the A6s, which is like a glass cockpit all around. This car does have traditional hand controls, which is really good, and buttons, something that you don't see very often in cars these days. A lot of companies have gone for this sort of haptronic feel. whereas Audi have still stuck to the traditional screen. Now the MMI, like I said, is very functional, very easy to get used to, and it's pretty straightforward. But of course, this car also supports Apple Play and Android Auto, and it supports the Wi-Fi version of that as well. The driving position of the A4 I've always been quite a fan of, because I am 6'2" and I've actually got this seat forward. This seat is not in its fully back position. Traditionally, when I get into a car, the seat is in the fully back position, which means that my passenger behind me will suffer. But here I've actually got the seat pulled forward, and that's one thing that I used to like about the A4, which is one of the reasons why I actually bought one of these before. In the center here we have our center console, and basically you can use this for storing your phone. I love the fact that you just got this little flap, so you can put your phone there, you can see it, and then you can just adjust that up as you need to. So if you're resting your arm like I do, then it's quite easy to get a comfortable height. And then the traditional aircraft style gear stick, which first came out in this version of the A4, the B9, and that still is here with your parking brake. So in completely functional in terms of the systems in here, very easy to get used to, and you pretty much can get in this car and drive it from day one without actually looking at the manual if you're that type of a person. Steering wheel controls are very straightforward. You've got your MMI controls right here, so you can go back and forth and do what you need to do, and basically it flicks back and forth to the various functions. Everything you can do using the buttons here. And then of course on this side you've got the legendary RS button and the heated steering wheel button. And then of course here you've got your controls for your hi-fi. Now this car comes fitted with the old Bang & Olufsen sound pack, which sounds phenomenal. It really is a good quality system in this car, and I've been driving this car for a few days and just really getting used to and enjoying the way this is set up. So from a cockpit point of view, very functional, very straightforward. You might think a little boring, but actually I don't. It is, like I said, very functional, and everything is at your fingertips. And of course we've got our little flaps there. The only criticism I would say is that these stalks here are really close to each other, and sometimes you can get a little confused, as I have on a couple of occasions. Is that the indicator? Nope, the indicator is up there. But if you're familiar with driving an Audi, then this car, the layout is exactly the same as any other Audi, so it makes it quite comfortable. Boot on this car is a powered boot, and when it comes up, it gives you 495 litres of space. You also have a nice little shield as well, which lifts up, as you saw there. So basically it lifts up nice and high so that you can get any stuff underneath the vehicle without having to move that as the vehicle picks it up. Then on the side here you've got these two flaps on here, and when you release those, that releases the seats, and then that allows you to put those seats right forward, and that increases the space of the car. Now those seats do not lie flat, but the space that you got there, you can sleep in the back of this. That's how big it is, so it's quite nice. And then you get these complementary lights here on the side here. You've got some little hooks to keep stuff in place, and of course you've got your cargo nets as well. Underneath here is the battery, so you've got your battery and your little packs, and then down there you've got your subwoofer for the car as well. And also you've got a 12-volt power supply in the back, so if you're doing anything with the kids, then you can obviously do that. Shopping, you can carry all your shopping in here, as you can see here. Yeah, that's quite a lot of shopping for me. And of course with all this space, that makes this car very practical for going down the dump, etc. If you like doing that, and I do, as you are probably aware, it just makes it very practical to carry lots of stuff. And then the ultimate is the fact that it's a nice powered boot. Okay, so here's the heart of the matter. Under the bonnet here, we've got ourselves a lovely V6 engine, twin turbo unit, might I say. You can't see it because of this. You know what? Let's remove the shield and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we have two turbo units here. So basically, air comes in through here and then filters into the two turbo units here, goes into the engine, out through these two pipes. I bet you don't see this in a lot of reviews. But as you can see, this car is so finely balanced in terms of the way it delivers the power, and that is very evident when you're actually driving this car, that the power, the way it handles the power is fantastic. Right, so that's the engine. And then finally we come to the front. So on the front of the car we've got LED matrix lights and dynamic indicators as well. We've got our camera at the front here for parking as well as standard parking sensors. And then of course the front, you've got just this little applet here which I really like, and that's kind of homage to the original Quattro, the Rally Pedigree Quattro, which is what the RS is based on, and it just rounds up, finishes up the package well. Alright, so that's the review of the car. Let's now go and take it out for a drive and see what it's like on the road. Alright, so we're getting a nice little drive along the coast here down in Poole in Dorset. And Poole, if you've ever been down here, is such a beautiful place. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is. When you come down here, Sandbanks, and Sandbanks incidentally is the third most expensive place in the world to live, would you believe? And that's here in Britain. It is a beautiful coastline. It really is something. And what's it like driving this car, the RS4? Well, this car is a very sensible drive. Put it in comfort mode and you'll get respectable fuel economy. At the moment I'm getting around 24.4 miles to the gallon, which is remarkable for a V6 2.9 litre engine of this size. But this is a Euro 6 engine, so it is basically designed to run a maximum efficiency in whatever environment that you're driving in. But of course, it is a beast when you want it to be, and we'll prove that at some point in the very near future. But in the meantime, what we're going to do, we're going to drive down towards the Sandbanks ferry. I'm going to go across the ferry and we're going to take a look on the other side, which is Shell Bay or Shore. We're going to go up to the coast there on Studlam. And there's a nice little run down there, and that's one of the other things about roads here in Dorset. We have some beautiful roads that are available for us to drive. So we're going to take advantage of that and just put this car through its paces. At the moment, it's very plausible, very comfortable. You wouldn't know that you was in an RS6 because it doesn't have any of the uncharacteristic violence that you normally get in a supercar or high performance car of this caliber. Put it into comfort mode and the car drives really well. Of course, that's comfort mode. There are two other modes that we can select in this car, which we will shortly. But in the first instance, let's just enjoy the ride and enjoy the view. Of course, what we're going to do now, we're just going to queue up for the ferry. And huh? Where's the ferry? One job, Paul. That's all you had to do. One job. So, someone's nicked the ferry. Damn! It's gone in for its annual maintenance. That means we're going to have to go the interesting way. And the interesting way in the RS4 could only mean one thing. We need to put the car in RS mode. Now the journey to the other side is 53 minutes and we are going to enjoy every minute of it. Okay, so we're giving the car a little bit of beans now and woo! And she goes. Whoa, does she go? Wow. And it's extremely stable, this car, at any speeds. And that's a really good thing about Audis in general. But when they go to the RS range of vehicles, the handling on the car is perfect. So especially when you put it into RS mode, you feel not overly confident, but I certainly trust this car. I can put it anywhere and the car will respond. It won't give me that wobbly, wavy feeling that you get with some cars. Well, like what you get with a Tesla. This is a total different beast and you feel completely in control. And then just to top it all, the sound of the exhaust is just phenomenal. I love this car. Okay, so we're going to do a draggy start now. So we're all set up in the draggy, we're all reset. Oh my goodness, I feel like my face has been ripped off. That was fast. That was fast. Right. Let's see what times we got with...
Quarter mile.
Thank you, Draggy. Now let's see what times we got with that now. Okay, so there's our time. It's the second one from the bottom. 5.1. 5.11. That's not bad, that's respectable. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's the first score. We're going to put that on our spreadsheet now, and we're going to keep the score of these cars that we do. But 5.1 isn't bad. I suspect I could probably do better, but there's a deer in front of me and I'm not going to hit that. So there's a number of other things that we didn't mention about the car that it has. So as well as electric seats, it's got massaging electric seats as well. So as you drive along the car, it massages you. And heated steering wheel. I did mention the heated steering wheel, didn't I? But it also has the dynamic light pack. So you get the front lights, which are LED front lights at that, and that is the matrix LED. So if you've got your headlights on full beam, what it does, it cuts a hole where if a car's coming towards you, it cuts a hole so that they are never blind by the lights while maintaining the matrix lights. It's really weird. You have to see it to believe it, and it's kind of spooky as well, but it's a fantastic feature. It means that you don't have to worry about turning off your main beams whenever somebody's coming towards you. And it's also got the dynamic indicators and the dynamic rear lights as well, so you've got that nice little light show from the rear and a nice little light show from the front. Really gimmicky, but it's a nice little party trick that the car does. So my overall impression on the car, it's a lovely car, the RS4. I mentioned I called it the RS6 in a bit of my interview, didn't I? Yeah. It's an RS4 that we've had. It's a lovely car to drive, it really is. It's a good sensible car, but very practical as well. So if you want the practicality of having an estate car, the Advent model, it's a fantastic beast for that, for carrying your minor shopping like myself, or heavy duty stuff that you need to. If you've got kids, you can throw all their stuff in the back. But on the weekend, if you want to play a weekend warrior and you want a bit of fun, it's the perfect beast and perfect animal. But it doesn't look overrated, it's understated in its look. It's got just enough of a stance to be impressive and to clearly identify as out of the ordinary in compared to the normal A4 lineup, including the S model, but not enough to be overstated and be sort of yobbo-ish, if that makes sense. So it's been a great week. I really enjoyed having the car, and I want to thank the Audi media team, particularly Louise. Thank you very much, Louise, for getting this car to me and being able to review it. And I look forward to doing some more of this type of reviews in the future. But tell me what you think down below. What do you think of that car? Price range, I think that's around 73k, or I think it starts around 67. So it's quite a pricey car, but there are deals to be had on those. So yeah, I look forward to your comments. Let me know what you think of this type of review and what other things we could add in, what you would like to see in our reviews as well. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe down here, click on the bell notification so you're notified whenever we have some other reviews and items. Now we do have a couple more reviews that we took in the summer that we haven't revealed yet, and that's coming up soon, included legendary R8 that I was able to have, again courtesy of Audi media team. So that's coming up in the next few weeks, but we will be back on the TTS for those who are looking forward to seeing that continue. So have a great week, guys, and we will see you on the next one.